Within this particular special collection spotlight session, we have a bit of bonus content because as well as having got out 4 books from our collection to talk about, I have an actual coin to talk about too. So within the collection at Bromley House Library, we do have some objects that are not books or documents, and one of those is a coin. And this is a coin which was found in the back of a drawer of a piece of furniture when the furniture was being moved. So we'd have no idea where it came from or how it ended up at Bromley House. But we have it and we're keeping an eye on it and looking after it. And this is the coin. Doesn't look like all that much. It's a coin made of bronze or brass, so copper alloy of some description. And this is the front of the coin. You can see it's got a chap's head on it and an inscription around the edge. And on the back of the coin, you can see we've got a figure standing facing to the right with a shield. This is the shield. And holding their arm up in the air behind them. Probably would have been holding a spear or something, but you can't really see it very well on there. So this coin is a Roman coin. It's a coin of the Emperor Domitian. Hang on, I've got the date of it here. Okay, so this coin was probably issued around about AD 80 to 81. And this is a coin of a relatively small denomination. So at that point within the Roman Empire, the coinage was quite elaborate. It was a very well organised system, and there were coins of various different denominations made of various different metals. So the largest coins were made of gold. The largest value coins were made of gold. They were called the aureus. The most common coin for payments for wages and things was a silver coin called a denarius, and a denarius was worth 1/20th of an aureus. And then below that you also got sort of everyday coinage, copper coinage, which copper alloy coinage, which was used as almost like your small change. It wasn't terribly small, I have to say, because the value of the coin was related to the value of the weight of metal that was used to make it. So the largest of those coins was the sestertius, and a sestertius was worth 1/4 of a denarius, I think, if I get this right. And a sestertius therefore had quite a high value, so they're really big chunky coins. They're probably about that size and quite thick. So you wouldn't want a lot of them in your pocket. This coin is one of the smaller denominations from that. It's either a dupondius or an as, which are the two smaller denominations that you usually find from the sestertius. I can't tell you exactly which it is. Dupondii and asses are generally about the same size and weight as each other. When they were new, it would have been really easy to tell them apart because they're made of different alloys. So one of them has a lot more copper in it and it's a lot more red, and the other one has less copper and is a lot more kind of yellowy, almost brassy coloured. When they start to get a patina on them, they start to look very, very similar. So it's really difficult to tell them apart, unfortunately. So this could be a dupondius or it could be an as. It's definitely Domitian because the titles around the edge give his name and his particular titles. I won't try and read it out, it's quite difficult to see, and they're all abbreviated anyway. But if anyone's particularly interested, I can send information out about it. On the back, we have the goddess Minerva. We also have the letters SC. The back of the copper alloy coins of this period usually have the letters SC on them, and SC means that it was struck by the Senate. There was a really interesting system whereby the gold and silver coins were struck specifically by the emperor, but the copper coinage was struck by the Senate rather than the emperor. I think the idea would be that the Senate could potentially refuse to strike its coins in the name of a particular emperor if they weren't supporting that emperor. In practice, I think that didn't ever happen. But it continued for a long time throughout the period of the Roman Empire. The copper coinage has SC on it, which indicates that it was struck under the auspices of the Senate rather than specifically under the auspices of the emperor himself. So these coins they're relatively common, but not nearly as common as the coins of the later part of the Roman period. So it would be really interesting to know where this was found, where it came from, how it ended up here. But since we don't, it's just nice to have an actual coin to play with, as well as books related to coins. So thank you very much, and that's the end of my session.